a lot of our customers, they actually turned unicorn while using us.
Wow.
And one of the major factors for their growth was, us, that they didn't have to spend time in interviewing or evaluation. They were spending time in building out their products and impacting the customers.
Hey folks, welcome to First Cheque Portfolio Shorts. My name is Noah Martins, and this is a series where we speak to founders of our portfolio companies so that you get to know their team, understand what they're building, and the problem they are trying to solve. If you like the content that we've been putting out, do like, share, and subscribe so that we can reach more founders and startup enthusiasts like you. Today's very special guest is Sachin Mittal, co-founder of InterviewVector. Everyone in the startup world knows that tech hiring is an extremely difficult task. From automation to free BMW bikes on onboarding, we've seen companies try all sorts of things to solve for this problem. However, Sachin and his team have come up with a much more sustainable and innovative solution. With InterviewVector, clients can build talent pipelines without compromising on their business growth time. Their interview as a service platform provides faster, more accurate hiring rates at lower cost and time. I had a really interesting conversation with Sachin, and it's really cool to see this team innovating in the tech hiring space. They've grown from strength to strength and show no signs of stopping anytime soon. Stick around till the end of the episode to learn more. Sachin, thank you so much for joining me today. It is a pleasure to talk to you.
Thanks, Noah. The pleasure is all mine.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for inviting me today.
Awesome. So let's start by talking about the problem that you're trying to solve at InterviewVector.
Cool. So the problem statement that we are trying to solve is one of the toughest problems that every startup or every company is trying to solve. In this world, there is a talent war going on, and everyone is trying to hire techies. And you would go to there is a common joke these days that founders would go to VCs and say that, hey, give me $2 million less, but give me 10 techies. So that's a common joke going on these days. So what we are trying to solve is we are helping companies in their tech hiring process, and we are solving it from the developers point of view. So the problem statement was, when I was a developer, or fellow friends who are developers, they generally spend most of their day in taking interviews only. Every company to hire developers, they have to evaluate so many candidates in the market, and these days every resume or every CV looks alike. You can't differentiate between resumes these days. So companies has to take numerous number of interviews to find out the right ones and then make them an offer, right? So that, and you're hiring engineers or you're hiring your employees to build out products, to do marketing, to do whatnot. But at the end of the day, what they are trying to do is they are actually interviewing more and more candidates in a hope that eventually you will have enough people so that you can actually build out your product and capture the market. You can impact your customers. So that was the problem, that company needs people to build out product, but to build out to bring more people, they need their existing people to take their interviews. So the product was getting delayed a lot. So that is the problem that we saw, that companies are having losing huge opportunities in impacting their customers. So that was the problem, that if we can optimize their engineers, their employees' time from taking interviews, that would be lovely. Right. And given the current statistics, right now the market average is that you would interview around 30 candidates to just finalize one candidate or close one position. What if you could just close it within 10 candidates or 5 candidates? So that was the dream.
Right. Awesome. So talk to me about the solution. How are you solving this problem? And for sure, this is a very real problem in the tech industry. I've heard everybody talk about it. So how are you fixing this for them?
Sure. So how we are fixing it? So we have built a mix of marketplace and technology platform, where we have onboarded niche interviewers who are working in bank companies, or these as mang companies, you would say, and people who are working in unicorns, and they freelance on our platform. So what used to happen was that even before 2 days 2 years back or 3 years back, developers used to freelance, right, on Upwork or any other platform, and but they were not helping in direct hiring of companies. So what we thought was that if that time could be spent in actually, hiring of companies, that would be a time well spent. So we have built a marketplace model, a technology platform which has a marketplace side to it, where we have onboarded these interviewers, and we have a continuous evaluation of them and all the things goes on. And these people take interviews on behalf of your engineers. So now your engineers don't have to take interviews. On the other hand, these people will take interviews on your behalf. And once they submit the feedback of the interview and everything, so the whole process will be completely transparent. You will get video recordings, you will get the feedback report by the interviewers, and then there is our recommendation engine, Ivy's recommendation engine, which runs on top of that, which will give you, the final verdict, and then people can from that verdict and from that detailed feedback, they can see that if they want to go with the candidate or not. So it reduces your funnel from like 30 candidates to the dream, right? So like 7 candidates or 8 candidates, and now you can choose that which one we want to go with.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. And what is the progress looking like so far? Like how many recognizable companies using the product?
I don't think there is any company that we have left in India. So we have Flipkart as a customer. We have HackerRank, who is the leader in tech evaluation platform. They are using our platform. We have Scale Academy as a customer. We have all the brands, Mindtickle, BharatPay, Spinny. A lot of our customers, they actually turned unicorn while using us. Wow. And one of the major factors for their growth was, us, that they didn't have to spend time in interviewing or evaluation. They were spending time in building out their products and impacting the customers.
That's awesome. That's super cool. Are you allowed to share numbers of like how many positions have been filled using InterviewVector? No pressure if you don't want to.
So I think last month only we helped companies somewhere around 300 positions just in last month.
Wow. Awesome.
So that's the overall numbers. I might not have an idea right now. I might not have stats right now, but in the last month we helped companies close more than 300 positions. Actually, it would be somewhere around 400 types. We are conducting right now more than 3,000 interviews in a month, and so these are some of the stats.
That's insane. That's pretty crazy. Talk to me about how you and your co-founder Ashish met.
Well, he's my real brother.
Oh,
so
okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, I should have guessed from the same exact surnames.
Right. So InterviewVector was his brainchild actually. Okay. So he had much more experience. So he's at 2012 or 2011, I would say, dual degree from IIT Delhi, computer science, and he had been interviewing relentlessly for Tower for the past 9 years or 10 years now. And we were discussing, that one day that interviewing is not. We are spending a lot of time in interviewing, and why do we have to do that? So that's how he came up with this idea, and so that's how we started. And I know him from the very start, I would say.
Right, long time.
Long time, right? I had a clear choice that hey, I don't have to choose. I know whom to pick, right?
Right. That's awesome. That's super cool. They're not very often that you get to see like sibling teams in the startup world.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure I don't know if y'all yourselves are hiring right now, but y'all are a growing company, so I assume at some point you will be. Tell me why people should want to join your team and be a part of this journey.
Well, there are multiple factors, I would say. So generally, one of the key reasons would be, for let's say if we talk in terms of impact that people can make in terms of for techies, how can they make impact in different ways. So one of the impact is that for a techie, everybody faces the heat of tech hiring, right? Even if it is a techie or founders or anyone else, right? They know how tech hiring is difficult. So you get to be at the center of the world where this digitization is happening, and all the companies are, trying to hire people. They are offering random packages. They are offering random crazy things these days, right? So you will be at the center of the world, that helping all the companies in their hiring process. And the second thing could be, well, you can make an impact. You can solve the problem. You can solve the problem of tech hiring. Second, you can make an impact to all the companies rather than just one company at the same time.
Right.
Second, that is the second thing. Third thing is the growth has been amazing. So
Yeah.
I think I have been very vocal on LinkedIn. So I just posted, I think last month only, that in January, that in the past year we grew by 15x. So our numbers grew by 15x within a year. So I think that is one of the fastest growing startups that we are right now.
That's awesome. That's super cool. Okay, I won't take much more of your time, but I want to ask you one last question before I let you go. And so from all the startups that we talk to, there are these few like highlight reel moments from every founder's journey where they have to pause and be like, damn, we're actually building something really cool here. It could be a customer interaction. It could be, whatever, an interaction with your own team, or the way a product or a service fares in the market. So could you talk to me about one or two highlight reel moments from your own journey so far?
Well, there are a couple of moments. I think one of the best moment would be when we converted Flipkart. So, converting Flipkart was in a 3-year plan, not in a 1-year plan, but we did it in 1 year.
That's insane.
And it had a long story as well. So we chased them for 3 to 4 months, I think, almost 4 months. So we did a pilot in somewhere between June or July. We started talking in May, and then we did a pilot in June, July. And the pilot went really, really well. So one of the hiring managers, he said that, the interviews that our panelists have done on our platform, it seemed like that he himself has done it. So that was, that was a quick feedback that we are actually building something and building something right. And then then they passed on the baton to their legal team, to their procurement team, and then we chased them crazily for 3 months. And even their talent acquisition leadership, their HR leadership, their engineering leadership were chasing their procurement team to get us onboarded.
That's awesome. That's super cool. Sachin, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. It's genuinely a pleasure, and it's very cool to see you and your team innovating in this space. There's such a high need for the kind of service that you're providing, and I can't wait to see where this goes in the next few years. If you've done the 3-year plan in the 1 year, then I can't even imagine what's going to happen in the 3 years. So congrats on all the success, and yeah, thanks again.
Cool. Thanks, Noah. Thanks for having me in the call. It was really a pleasure.